Play my theme music! No, seriously though. How to deal with your parents. I don't even like that sentence, how to deal with them. You shouldn't really be in the position to deal with your parents. That doesn't even sound right, but I think we all I think everybody at some point in their life, whether you're a young kid or a adolescent teenager or even maybe just a young adult, I think we all have our fair shares with our parents, whether it's things that they try to make us do and we don't want to do it, or things that, wow, I mean, ain't that just ironic? I had to mute my mic, obviously. You guys don't need to hear that. It's obviously our business, but yeah, right on the money. I guess we're right on the money today. Yeah, so that's I just want to just talk about that. I think, let me just speak on like me personally, right? I'm getting to the age now where a lot of things that I align with and a lot of things that I personally see myself doing doesn't really align with what my parents see or what my parents want to do. And it could be very conflicting, honestly. It could be very two-sided, for sure. And it's hard because these are parents that you love and obviously you cherish and respect. And same way back, hopefully that they love and cherish you as well. It just comes a time where you just have to stand your ground, I believe. And I'm only speaking of this as a young adult. I think if you're anywhere in the younger ages, I believe, trust me, there will be a time for you to speak up. I think when you're more younger, not to say to be quiet, for sure. But I believe it's best to have a say with a more mature age. I feel like what my problems are gonna be way different than a young 14-year-old or a young 12-year-old, even a 16-year-old's problems. But yeah, I just wanted to emphasize, at the end of the day, it's your life, and your parents, they're gonna tell you what to do until you're 18, and then at that point, at least in my eyes, it's only from there that now it's up to you to make that decision. They can only say so much. Once you hit that certain age, it becomes now a you problem than your parents' problem, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're just going to talk about how to just handle a parent-child relationship, because I don't even think that really is emphasized. And also with cultures too, I think cultures play a big part as well on the type of relationships you have with your parents and the type of morals and the things that are accepted, not accepted. It plays a huge role. I wish I could give like specific answers. But like, for instance, like let me be more specific. Like in my situation, right? I'm a young 20-year-old and there's some things that I want to do personally. And for example, streaming. And my mom might not be aligned with my streaming goals, and she might not see that as lucrative or something that you could actually take serious. And honestly, my best advice for anyone listening that's dealing with something similar, maybe you're passionate about something that your parents don't really support or really emphasize or push you to keep going, you just keep going. Honestly, it sounds simple said than done, but It's honestly a lot of what I realize is a lot of people really have a low self-esteem and faith. They have a low value set in having faith in something, and which is totally understandable. You know, you might have faith in something, it doesn't pan out, and then your faith kind of twinkles out, and now you're more of the see it to believe it type of person, which that's totally understandable. You just have to understand where your parents' side are your parents the type to just, yeah, I got faith in you and you're gonna da da da, or they're more the type like, hey, you know, maybe do this. You know, they're more like the see it to believe it, because that's really all it is. Once they see results coming in, that's when they start believing, which in my opinion, that you're believing it. I mean, duh, like, it's easy to believe it when it's done. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard. It's easier to believe in something when it's been done. You know, when you want to start that new passion, that new dream, that new goal of yours, a lot of people are not going to believe it until they see something out of it. Honestly, you can't even be mad at them, because that's just how they see the world. They gotta believe it to see it. Some people just have that leap of faith nature, that a leap of faith for a reason. They don't call it a leap of belief, right? Because you'd only take the leap if you believe you're gonna make it out. That's not really a leap anyways, right? It's called a leap of faith because you don't know what's at the other end. That's why you gotta have faith in it. Faith is just believing without seeing. And I'm not even talking in a religious aspect. I'm just talking about having goals, having dreams, manifesting something to come into fruition in your life. You gotta have a little faith. That's what makes the word so powerful. Otherwise, all you're really doing is just waiting for something to come true. And that's just really believing and seeing. So yeah, that's kind of where my situation is at with my parents. It's more so, okay, he's doing this little thing, we'll just whatever, right? They downplay it, they minimize it, they disrespect it, because they don't have, quite honestly, they don't have the faith in me. They don't have the faith in me to go big and go home, right? And that is okay. That is okay, because I have faith in myself. I have faith that I'm going to make it. I have faith that I'm going to be big. I have faith that I'm going to do great. And that's only because it starts with me. That's all it is. Everybody else, they don't have the faith yet. It's very hard to find someone that has genuine faith for you without believing the works behind it. It's easy to believe when you start seeing it. So let's just get into the video. I know it was a whole yapathon, which is okay, because I am the captain of yapathons. And if you don't want to jog this yapathon, then jog on along, John. But yeah. I was literally about to type up yap right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. I was about to type a little yap. What is it called? How to deal with parents.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Now today we're going to talk about toxic parents. But let's get into this important topic because I received a question and it says, hey Katie, I have a really difficult time with my parents and I'm just not really sure if you can shed some light on how to deal with parents that are so toxic. And I've gotten this question from a lot of people. Boundaries in a perfect world would be something that we'd be able to communicate to another person and they would respect it. And they would uphold them with us and they would understand. But in a toxic environment, it's important because it protects us as the person setting up the boundary. Let's say we have a really abusive, whether it's emotionally, physically, sexually, it doesn't matter, parent in our life, or just toxic, just coming in and telling us shitty things about ourselves, which is really emotional abuse, by the way. But if they come into our room and do that to us, maybe we study at a friend's house, maybe we stay at the library at school, I would limit the amount of time that you spend at home.
I think there's a good reason why there isn't a lock on my door. Hey, she might set y'all up for, I can't even imagine what. Open this goddamn door. Who do you think you are? Put a lock on the door? Bro, they'll probably yank the door out. No, let's be real. I'll keep it a buck. Nah, I don't know. Bruh. Maybe in like, I don't know. Nah, I don't know. Maybe like in a white household, that would be P. I feel like in a black household or like an African household or just, I don't know. Y'all different. No, y'all different. A lock on my... Do y'all have locks in your doors? Chat? I know definitely for girls, I feel it's definitely more easier to have a lock because then you could just use the, for my privacy, which of course that's valid, but yeah, as a guy, it's like, why are you locking your door, gang? Which is okay if that's a boundary you want to set. I'm not saying this is like bad, but I'm just saying like, beware. For sure. Bro, what? Open this goddamn door. Okay.
Around them, and I would try to communicate as much as you can.
But definitely having boundaries for sure, and you gotta stand on it. That's the thing. You have to stand on the boundary and actually uphold them. That's one thing I've noticed. You have to be a person of your word. Otherwise, if you don't even stand on your own boundaries, then who else is gonna stand on them? So you have to uphold your word. That's what I would say about having boundaries. You got to be up close with them. You just gotta stand on business.
To what business safe is for you, but that you wish that they would talk to you this way, or it's really hard for me to communicate with you when you yell, or whatever you can say to start letting them know what's okay and not okay for you. And I know that doesn't work in every scenario, but boundaries are always important. Even if the boundary is, I'm not going to be at home for more than 2 hours at a time unless I'm sleeping because it's just too much for me. Or
damn,
I know when that one parent gets home and I can leave. I can join that one club that meets at that time and that will get me out. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can do to minimize our time. If we don't live at home, it can be I'll only talk to my mom or dad, whatever parent it is, when it's on my terms. And so I'm not going to ever pick up the phone when they call. It's only when I call. And that's just a boundary I'm going to set up because when they call, they're always yelling. I don't know what it is, but you're going to have to take some time to recognize what is upsetting to you, because boundaries, our body tells us when someone's crossed our boundaries. It usually makes us really uncomfortable.
Right.
We can get really rigid, or we can like shrink down. We can physically feel when a boundary's crossed. And so I'd start paying attention to that. Start noticing what it is they do or say, or what things they set in motion with other people in our families that we find so upsetting. And then I would minimize the amount of time that you're engaging with that kind of behavior and find ways that you can kind of distance yourself from it. And it all depends on whether you live with them or not, but you can figure it out. If we don't take care of ourselves first, we're not going to be able to engage with people in a loving, healthy way. So don't let that one person in your life take that from you. It's okay to set up healthy boundaries. And if they earn trust and respect back, we can, alter the boundaries as needed. They're a living, breathing thing that we can.
Oh, sure. How y'all feel so far about that? You gotta be respectful about it. I mean, of course, they're gonna come disrespectful. Just don't come at their. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, I'm not even the best at it. I'm gonna keep it a bug. I know I'm like sharing this advice. Like I'm so good at it. I'm actively learning myself. Just trying to set boundaries with my folks. Hey, I got this time and this time. I won't be able to go to this event, or I won't be able to go to this event because I do have to take care of my editing. I gotta take care of my videos. So once you start honing it down more and more, in the beginning, I would say I'm still in the beginning now. It's just rough because you have to. It's almost like teaching a kid a new math technique. Imagine like you just learned multiplication for the first time. You're in the 4th grade. You're learning multiplication for the first time. You're not gonna get it right away, right? It's gonna take some time, and some kids it has to just hone in on them multiple times. You might have to fail a couple quizzes before you ace one of them. You just have to hone it multiple times, right? I was the type of student where the teacher would say something, okay, class, then multiply is basically carrying it, and then I would raise my hand just for her to repeat it again. Not that I'm not listening, but I have to hone it into my my brain over and over again until I get it. I listened, but I'm not actively embodying it in my brain, if that makes sense. Like it's just not clicking yet. Sometimes you just gotta do it over and over and over again until it clicks for them folks. So yeah. Oh shit.
Protect ourselves first. And so recognizing when they're overstepped, how we feel, and then placing them in a and some breathing thing that we can change as we go. But we're going to need to protect ourselves first. And so recognizing when they're overstepped, how we feel, and then placing them and upholding them and communicating them as much as we can, whatever keeps us safe, is really important and imperative when dealing with a toxic parent. And my third tip, save your money and get out.
Ooh.
If we live with them. I know this only pertains to if we live with our parent, but I know that a lot of you told me you do and you can't get out. Save your money and get out.
Damn.
We have to keep ourselves safe. And I know a lot of you are like, well, my siblings are still there. I know this is hard, but you don't have to keep dealing with the emotional abuse or the physical abuse or just the toxicity of your family to protect your siblings. I know that's hard, but they're on their own and you're on your own. Yes, if you get out, you can have them come live with you if you can afford it, but we just need to get you out. And also think about the kind of, if you're the oldest child in your family, you're like a role model and you're showing them that it's okay to speak up and get out, that family life isn't healthy because we don't want them to think that that's normal and something they should strive for. We want them to know it's not okay. And so in a way, by leaving, you're actually showing them that they, that you can be courageous. You're demonstrating all the things you're hoping that they will do too. And so
that takes a lot of courage, by the way, chat. It takes a lot of courage. And then plus, I mean, let's keep it a bug. Also, it's not cheap nowadays, bro. I feel like rent is expensive everywhere. Especially, I mean, I'm from California, so to just actually be independent and move out, definitely is going to take some time. Definitely getting a job or two for sure is going to help out. Man, oh man. Honestly, I'm not even in the worst. I'll be honest, I'm not even in the worst situation. When I hear other people's stories, it's just so interesting. It's so crazy. Let me talk to you guys. It's so crazy the amount of stories I hear of people's parents and people's relationships, and it's just like, wow, like there's people like that. It blows my mind. Like the amount of combos I've had, it's just like, who gave them the access or the right to be that person in your life? Like that's so insane. I truly believe there should be some sort of step-by-step before you have a kid. I really think some people do not deserve to be parents. Like genuinely, I do not think that should just be given out like it's some participation award. Like some parents genuinely need some sort of quiz, like a Quizlet. They need a Quizlet or some type of test before they could become a parent. Like you can't just do the deed and then bam, you're just a parent. That's it. Like there should be some sort of procedure, right? Like because it's such a pivotal. It's so pivotal of what a parent can do to a new life. They're so pivotal in your life, and I genuinely believe some people do not deserve to be a parent. It may come out as harsh, but I think it's something that it's something that should be earned. It shouldn't just be such an easy given. Because I be hearing what type of parents some people have, and it's just like, who even allowed that? Like, bro, what? How is that even legal? You the parent, man. How is that even legal, dog? Like, what? You did what? Nah, gang. Some screws is loose. Yeah, man. I don't know if that's considered a hot take. Take it or don't take it. That's how I feel, man. But I'm not saying that to say obviously to bash my parents. I yeah, let me be clear also, I'm very grateful for my parents. Um, they've given me a lot in my life, and they've been they've been there for a lot of pivotal moments. Of course, there's always mishaps and things that I've done or things that they've done. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. Dun, na, 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 na. Like, I don't know. That's life, I guess. But um, no matter what, I am grateful. I love my parents. I'm grateful for them, and yeah, I'm just excited for this next chapter in my life, the more independent chapter. Now that I'm getting up there in age, I'm not even that old, but I'm older than yesterday. So